So， 谢谢你耶稣，你给我们今天这个第二课程。
Amen。
Thank you for， 谢谢你帮这个时间能够我们能够沟通这个讯息，很清楚的沟通它。
Amen。
然后我们真的相信你真的在带领我们，所以我们相信，然后希望大家都可以了解，然后深入的了解，然后有一个 why 在心中，为什么
？Amen。
祝福我们的分享，还有请你驱逐任何魔鬼的什么轨迹来挡住我们这个课程。
Amen。
还有派你的天使、你的灵来帮助我们，你的恩膏。没有你的话，我们什么都不能做。
Yes。
奉耶稣宝贵的名祷告。
Amen。Thank you, Lord. 谢谢耶稣。Wow, thank you, Lord.
Okay, so today's class is called, as you see on there, the NFF Development Course. Okay.
对，新家庭聚会所生命发展课程，哇，很特别哦，生命发展哦，生
Okay.
命发展。
So what we're going to want to do first, we want to share with you a little history of the NFF.
对，我们想先分享一下我们 NFF 的来源，我们的历史。
And let's say that, for example, if you look at our staff members right now,
你看到我们的全职服务团队哈。
Pastor and staff, we have Jeff, Hannah, we have Vicky, we have myself and Joe and Sunny, right?
对不对哈
？And actually, we're coming from doing mission work, missionary work background.
对，我们每一个都是有传道士，就是传道的很多年的历史这个背景。
That's who you're working with here. And also, altogether, I counted that it's over 200 years of missionary work experience.
对，我们多年今年加起来200多年。
In this team.
对，我们这个团队。
So, and when you live and work for the Lord for many years, you learn a lot.
对，你为耶稣而活，为他而工作，这么多年的话，真的学了很多东西。
In our case, particularly how to live by faith.
特别是有关如何凭信心而生活。
That means not knowing where your income is going to come from, not knowing where your food is going to come from.
对，真的是凭信心，不晓得你什么时候有收入，或是你会有什么未来会怎么样发展。
And going into all the world and preaching the gospel.
到世界各地去传福音。
Our team has been together. We've been to Taiwan.
我们到很多地方，比如说台湾啊
China.
中国啊
Hong Kong.
香港
Macau.
澳门
Eastern Europe.
东欧
Japan.
日本
United States.
美国等地。
These are different places we've had a chance to minister.
对，到我们有这个机缘，这个到很多地方去。
And we can also speak and minister in English.
而且我们能够说不同的语言，比如说英文、
Mandarin,
国语、
Taiwanese,
台语、
Cantonese,
粤语、
Japanese,
日语、
and Romanian.
罗马尼亚语的。
So sometimes that's why we're really glad you guys. It's good that the more languages you can learn, the more people you can reach, right?
对，其实学的语言越多，你可以跟别人接触的人更多。I just remember we go Kenya.
Oh, and Kenya.
对，我们去过肯亚。对。
Also, we have a work there actually.
对，我们在那边有一个工作。
Okay. So I want to mention that we've used, all of us have been doing missionary work. We've used the home church method for these many years.
我们这么多年来一直是用就家庭教会这种方式。
Like meeting people, ministering to them either in their offices or their homes, having Bible studies.
对，我们会到我们家来一起聚会啊，或者我们到他们的公司、他们家里面、他们办公室给他们上课这样子。
And teach them in small groups there.
就小组的方式教导他们。
Now the NFF came about.
但是 NFF 是怎么初衷呢？是原来是怎么样的
？As a place which opened up to us through a dear friend.
对，我们希望在既有一个朋友他的帮忙。
Who Sunny met and Jeff and Hannah have been taken care of and close to. His name is Jerome.
对，就我当初认识这位很好的朋友叫 Jerome。那后来Hannah 和 Jeff 继续的去服侍，就是服务他。
For over 20 years they've been doing that. Yeah.
对，20多年的时间。
He was in on one of our meetings actually in March. He came. Maybe you noticed him or you didn't know, but.
对，在3月份的时候参加过一次我们 NFF 的聚会。
And usually that's his property. The NFF is his property.
NFF 是属于他的一个产业。
But
我说地方啊。 那个地点。
And before he used to rent it out for over 70,000 NT a month.
他以前是用那个地方去租给别人的话，一个月差不多7万左右租金。
But for
因为那个
us,
地方很贵。
But for us, yeah, Taipei, having an office like that, area like that, over 70 ping something, it's
70多平的场地。
You guys know it's not cheap.
对，是不便宜的，对。
So he gives it to us for a fraction of that.
对，就在7年前让我
Almost free.
们租用，就是很便宜的价格。
So thank God.
对，感谢他的提供。而且刚开始的时候，整片是一个仓库型的，是一个仓库。有些女也不晓得，就是什么光秃秃的什么有，真的，但是真的谢谢耶稣给我们提供一些材料、人工，帮助我们整个建立起来。
Okay, so then the Lord gave us a vision. Well, maybe we can consolidate, work together as associates and partners in ministry. We can work together and have a central place. We used to have classes at the Shirley.
对，以前我们就像华理课一样，他们不同的地点去在跟别人聚会，是我们租场地。像有人可能记得我们在士林的活动中心啊，还有兰达他的办公室公民会馆啊，就不同的地点我们去聚会，这样就是不同的场地。
And then slowly,
其实有的教会也是这样子，我们遇到别的教会是这样子。
Slowly it worked to where this opened up for us 7 years ago, 2010.
对，2010年的时候，耶稣打开这个门户，我们这个地点。
So from that point, we're able to work together and consolidate and work a flock, you know.
以前我们都是各自的服务，然后我们就是1个月1次大家聚在一起，就是公民会馆或什么活动中心。但是我想，哇，如果能够都时都可以一起合作，不是很好的吗？然后我们一起共同来喂养，我们来辅导，来后续就是我们朋友来，他们有一个地方聚在一起。
Okay, so I'll give you a little confession right now, personal. This is a personal confession I have.
对，这是丹尼他自己的，我并没有承认这点，他自己没有上一桌，他is very honest， 我佩服他，很诚实。
So you want to know what I think about you? No.
他是 Sagittarius， 非常实话实说。
No, I love you. I respect each one here tremendously, right?
他非常的敬仰每一位。
But I wanted to say that I didn't have a whole lot of expectation for this gathering.
对，刚开始就聚会的一些期望并不是很大。
I was just thinking, oh, thank God we have this nice place where we can gather our friends. You can get his friends, I can bring my friends. We can gather them together.
对，就很开心哦！我可以带我的朋友来，你可以带你的朋友来，我们可以聚在一起。
And we can develop a nice, warm environment.
对，我们可以有一个很好的、很温柔的，就是很温馨的那种感觉的那种充满安心的一个环境。
And we can have worship together.
对，我们可以一起敬拜、歌颂。
And share the word.
一起分享话语啊。
And then everybody will hopefully grow up to be disciples.
我希望呢，大家就希望他们都可以成为门徒了。
Yeah, there's a reason for that. Anyway, you get to, my point is that, but ever since we've been doing this, we've been learning a lot. It's been 7 years now, and we've been working as a team here.
对，是7年了，我们真的很感恩，一直在学习，而且我们学习了很多东西。
I'm very thankful for Jeff and Hannah. The Lord brought them together with us. Actually,
很感谢有 Jeff Hannah.
For your information, we used to work together. We used to live in Taichung together. And in different situations, but we also teamworked there.
我们以前在台东时候也一起服务过。
And the Lord we also worked on something called a youth center there.
对，我们以前在台中有一个活动中心。
And a little bit similar, but it was 青少年活动。
青少年的活动中心，特别是针对青少年去服侍。
And that worked well.
对，蛮不错的。
And we were able to witness a lot. We won some people to become full-time missionaries.
对，他们那段时间之后，他们有的人认识耶稣，他们也得救，而且成为门徒了。
And it kept going for many years after that too.
对，而且继续还在进行。
So thank God we had that experience. Then when Jeff and Hannah were here, we worked together. We already had some pretty good experience together with them.
对，我们一起合作都蛮愉快的，一直很好。
And I think we're a good fit. We work together well, I think. We love those guys to death. Okay. To life. But the point here is that where am I?
Page 2.
Okay. So, but during the beginning in the NFF, of our history again, for the first 3 or 4 years,
在刚开始的3、4年的时候，
we were doing good if we saw maybe 7 people to 10 people attend.
对，如果说有看到7位或10位朋友来 NFF， 我们就很感恩了。
You know, we're not always so happy.
不是说那么快，但是很感恩了，不是单时觉得哦，人没有很多。
In other words, Jeff and I, others would have bouts of discouragement.
对，有时候 Jeff 因为他们是牧人，特别是他们在讲道的，他们会觉得有点沮丧。
What are we doing? We're doing wrong. You know, how come it's not working? How come it's not happening?
然后都没什么人啊，怎么回事？我们是不是做错什么事情？
And even I'm sure Wendy felt the same. I know Yolanda asked, "Why are we not growing?" You know, and as
这
I'm
是我们
saying,
很早期的朋友，就是认识很久，都10多年了，像 Wendy 啊、Yolanda、Jackie、Iris 他们。
So it was tough.
对，是蛮不容易的，艰辛的，是一个开始。
And we literally considered quitting.
他们要考虑说啊，是不是要放弃了？
We brought it up in our meetings. We said, we're wondering if we should just keep doing this or not. If we're really making progress, if we're making a mark here. You know?
对，我们就那时候我还没有这么的完全时间参与，那时候可是我为他们祷告，但你会觉得很沮丧啊，我就一直鼓励他们就祷告，结果还是觉得哇，应该继续下去这样子。
Right.
但是当时是有点觉得是不是有什么结果吗？有没有结出什么果子这样子？
Right. But somehow, there's one thing that if you just keep doing something.
这是有一点可以分享的一个心得。如果你继续努力做一些事情的话
Don't quit.
不要放弃。
Even though it's tough, even though it looks like not very much.
即使看起来好像没有结出什么果子，
God will bless
上帝会
that.
祝福你。
If we're faithful with a few people, God will bless with more, right?
对，如果我们衷心的去喂养几个人的话，上帝会使它增加的。小事上忠心的，对不对？在大事上很忠心。
And one thing that maybe you're not aware of, but as pastors and leading this situation, we felt very responsible to learn a lot, you know?
对，因为我们是牧人，所以我们觉得很有责任感，我们一定要学习更多，要研究更多。
And to be honest, we didn't have a lot of experience running a weekly church, so to speak, okay?
对，但我们有很多的牧养的经验，但是如果就这样团结，就是一起来这样子，每周都要这样是不一样的。
This is something that in churches they've been doing for hundreds of years.
但是那种一般的教会，他们已经一直在运转这样子了，对不对？
But you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from? So this is what we were starting fresh, but we have been studying a lot of materials. Thank God we have internet, we have YouTube, we can learn things from pastors online.
对，我们在研读啊，是研究很多不同的牧师、不同的教会，他们怎么运作，怎么样去做。
A lot of good stuff, a lot of good
很多很
training.
好的一些我们可以用得上的一些资料、一
And
些原则。
we're adding some seminarial training now. Also, we're also going through seminary courses, 3 of us.
对他们，而且在上一些就是神学院的课程。
So we're trying to get better. We're trying to get smarter. Okay.
对，想要学习更好。
And one thing we mentioned already, Joe mentioned this book.
刚刚有介绍这本书，就是 Purpose Driven Church。
A lot of
这叫做
churches.
直奔标杆的意思，就是说，就是目标导向的一个教会。对，不是标杆人生也是华里克写的，但这本也是华里克写的。他写的是叫直奔标杆，就特别是有关针对 purpose driven life，right 是标杆人生 ，purpose driven church 是直奔标杆。他翻译成直奔标杆，就是翻译说它是一个都要目标导向，你生命要目标，对不对？教会也是要有目标，所以你 know why 你有在这里，为什么你有成立这个教会？所以这本他写的蛮好的。
So he's pretty much of an organizational genius, to be honest.
他是一个真的组织方面，真想是一个天才这样。
He's very good, and it's good to read. And we recommend this book to everybody to read too.
对，你们想要研读的话是非常好。
We're going to recommend this and encourage this, okay? But
Can I add something?
sure.
但是讲起来觉得是，哇，这个从小的开始建立起来嘛，哈，就打根基这样。可是在某办法，我在看，因为他是牧人，当然很辛苦。但是我在看的时候，我发现哇，他们争取真的就好像把每一个，就像你到一个美食中心一样，好多好吃的菜，就是像我们有 Team Color， 有 Joyce Meyer， 就是很多不同的牧师很好的教材来都截取起来。 所以我们可以得到一个最好的给我们 NFF 的弟兄姐妹。这觉得我说哇，好棒，很有荣耀感啊！这对我来说是这样个人，想鼓励一下。
That's right.
Yeah.
I hope you like it. I assume you do because you're here.
对，所以我希望你们喜欢我们服务的一些教材，教好的一些教材，真的是花很多时间，但是真的是很，我自己个人见证，就是他们很用心去思考大家的需求这样。
And one thing we've instituted in the last couple of years that we feel has been a big boost to our growth and strength is starting small groups.
对，在过去2年中，有一个很有效的带领人、帮助人成长的一个重大的改变，就是我们建立的小组。
Okay, and we're learning that small groups are where all of us really grow.
对，我发现我们可以彼此之间可以更加真的成长。
Because we have accountability to our members in our group.
对，我们互相负责，我们会互相带领，会非常关心，特别有个人的关系。
We have support.
有支持，
What we're talking about, right?
对。
We have prayer.
彼此带导。
Why am I doing this? I don't know. Strange. Okay, so I think most of you have been here for that, the small group time, right?
对，大部分都有参加小组的。
All right, so.
就是比如说，我说小组不同的小组，就按照我们年龄啊，或者是背景啊之类的有分，对不对？很棒。
And during last year's retreat,
去年的领袖会呢
if you remember, we made a call for greater commitment.
对，我们希望大家能够做出更多的承诺哈。
For attending more faithfully.
就是更忠心的出席聚会哈。
If you remember, we mentioned who are the top attendees.
还记得吗？几十出席率是谁？
玉敏姐。
对，玉敏姐是第一，对。第二还有谁？还记得吗？温迪也是前几名的。对。
So.
但他是90号是80号之类的哈，对不记得吗？你看，我还记得。
So well, the thing is, because we felt like it was like we're sort of whatever. I can be here, but if I'm not here, it's cool, you know. Sort of that kind of feeling. But there's something, as we talked about in a lot of classes, there's something about showing up.
对，蛮重要的，不是说我来也没关系，不来也没关系，反正没差啦。
Everybody loves me.
对，反正大家都爱我，没关系。
It's true, everybody loves you.
在某方面是真的，没有人勉强，没有人说你要出席。
But when you show up,
但当你来的时候呢
you build morale.
对你真的这个整个的士气，哇，这就很鼓励士气的。
You show that this is important to me, right?
就表示说，就像刚刚有谁讲的，Peter 说是参与的，不是在这局外，就是你在中间想要参与的。
Also, we talked about it. We had a big change in our progress in our worship team.
而且不但如此，敬拜团队很大的变化哦。
The Lord supplied Frank.
新学Frank.
Susan, right?
Ariel.
感
谢主。
And Cindy also. And even Cindy doing the announcements.
It's
awesome.
Very blessing, such a blessing.
And that happened. We really, the Lord brought that along, you know.
对，上帝再把你们建立起来，真的很棒。
And I noticed that, like, I really admire Jeff. I could see he used patience to encourage his worship team to come. Sometimes he had to get on their case, and he had to be stronger.
鼓励他们，有时候会比较用比较重的口气，哇，去挑战，跟他们挑战，叫他们来。
And I think I need to learn more of being like that more. And the same with Hannah. She was really encouraging Peter. I want to mention Peter. He did a lot.
对，我们在这边讲Hannah帮助Hannah在那个有关行政管理层面施工也是很多的助手哈。
As well as David, right?
Peter 和 David 都很帮忙，玉明也在上面有帮忙。
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, Peter, for example, he's got the keys to the NFF.
他有那个 NFF 的钥匙可以开门的。他说我们是守门人，他是守门员，然后真的是。
You know, that's what it says. Jesus gave the keys to Peter. You know, you have the keys to the kingdom.
记得吗？耶稣给彼得那个钥匙，天堂钥匙，天国钥匙哦，哇！
But
我拿到钥匙之后NF 这么贵重，我拿到钥匙之后很怕被绑架，因为
he was afraid he was going to be what? He was going to
kidnapped.
Kicked out. Oh no.
No, kidnapped. Because
Oh, kidnapped. Right. Got it. Sorry. And also he's
missing, we know who to check to.
对对，如果什么掉什么东西就找 Peter 了，就是。
And also he's in charge of maintenance. He says, "I'm going to do this. We need this. I'm going to do that. The lights not working."
换灯泡啊，这小地方你都不知道他已经在做好了。
Great.
这个那个的，你在那个地全部搭了，就洗干净。他介绍朋友来这边住。
Here we go.
而且我要讲一下 Ariel， 我还记得在几个月以前，他跟我谈他礼拜天上午要上班啊，什么什么，很辛苦没办法来。我说好遗憾哦，我真的心里也蛮痛的，你知道吗？觉得这么美好的一个人才，就礼拜天要去上班还是什么，他们公司。后来他说可以调整那个时间，我说真的吗？我就心里就祷告，希望他礼拜天 can free，you know。And then afterwards， 哇，真的祷告力量吧，而且他自己心愿吧，就是他心中动过，哇，每周都可以看到他。我说感谢主哦，真的，而且他真的很那个天赋就发展出来，越来越好，真的 beautiful。Sing to the Lord, boy, the voice from heaven.
I mean, we can say the same for Ariel too. Cindy, everybody makes.
I'm just saying Ariel. That's Ariel.
I mean Susan.
Susan and Cindy. Yeah.
And Ariel too. You can say it one more time. Sorry.
Friends to sing. I believe.
Whoa. Okay. So.
Nothing is possible.
All right. So, okay, remember I mentioned how I was not really into, you know, the direction or the growth. It's more like, let's make this nice lovey-dovey, you know, fellowship.
刚开始的远程就是我们能够大家能够一个地方，大家觉得很棒，大家觉得很温馨啊，有爱这样的彼此。
But you know what? I was really touched by what our people were sharing today about what they're thankful for the NFF because it was the love.
对，刚刚我们真的。但你说他非常感动，大家分享关于爱，其实这个主要就是爱，对不对？那个爱的感觉。
Yeah, and let's keep doing that, right?
对，我们继续去爱，真的继续去爱每一个人。其实好几个朋友他们来，就是觉得哇，觉得很温馨，觉得这个真的很，觉得被大家所关怀的感觉。
But anyway, I was realizing that with that attitude of, you know, we're good and let's just grow like a little incubator or something. But that can be a bit selfish.
对，但是如果就这种自我满意的感觉、满足感的话，有点像就是一个小 baby 不要长大，就一直在那个孕婴机里面去。
You know.
对，不错啊。
There's something called mindset is called me, thee, thou, and no other.
就是
no me, thee, and no me, thou, and no me, thee, and no other.
就是换成有你有我就好了啊，就不用再有别人了，就够了这样子。
Right. But you know, the Lord has been speaking to us for the last few months and years that's not good enough. That ain't good enough. That's not it.
在过去几年，上主一直跟我们讲话，特别是最近因为有灵修会，我们有更加的研究祷告。
Jesus wants us to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Right?
对，也希望我们到普天下去传福音给每一个人听，对。
And He wants us to make disciples of all nations.
对，他像我们在到各地去那个什么，去训练门徒，使他们都成为门徒。
There's a verse on here. It says on the third page or something. It says, "Go and make disciples of all nations." Right?
对，在第3页里面讲马太福音第3页最下面，你们要去使万民做我的门徒，奉圣父、圣子、圣灵的名给他们施洗，教导他们遵守我吩咐你们的一切。有看到吗？对，第3页最下面。
You know, this verse. Sometimes it's good if you ever want to get a better picture of your life. Or what you're doing, it's sometimes good to get away from your environment somewhere else, you know, and get in a different environment. And sometimes you can see things more clearly.
对，有时候你生活这样子忙忙碌碌的，有时候你很好，就是到一个不同的地方去仔细思考一下，想让你的这个生怎么样。
Out of your normal, you know, run of the, you know, your more schedule.
对，脱离你一般的每天的例行公事的生活。
One thing I'm thankful for is often, Sunny and we often have a chance to go. Maybe you wonder, wow, you guys go. We were able to go to see my brother in Japan this year.
对，我们去年有机会可以去日本。
After Christmas, we just went right away over the New Year, and I appreciate that time to get away and just relax and rest and have time because it's our anniversary time.
对，那是刚好我们是那个我们的周年庆，我们有这种就觉得，丹尼真的很贴心的呀，感恩这个老公，他想让我们，对啊。
I think that it's important. You should actually we should always reward ourselves when we reach a new goal or a month or a year or any of our goals, we should reward ourselves.
对，我们应该真的犒赏自己一下。
You know, and keep it up. You know.
对，真的很棒，很棒。
You know, and so anyway, during that trip, I was riding on the train from Osaka to Kyoto or back.
他在坐那有那个地铁，是一样地铁，蛮舒适的，就从大阪从京都回到大阪的那个路上。
And I had my computer and I was just praying, and all of a sudden I just was getting this vision about, you know, Lord, what is it? You know, what is it? What am I doing wrong or right, or what should I do? And I just got this verse about, I called you to go into all and to make disciples of all nations. You know?
哇，真的，上帝就在跟他讲话，他在打开他的 laptop， 就想要上帝就跟他说，我要真的要提醒，就是要到普天下去，使万民做我的门徒。
I guess because I've had I guess somewhat of success. I can say I don't want to brag about it, but I'm able to learn about how to mentor people in their spiritual life and help them to grow. Okay?
对，在某方面他是真的，但是很好的老师，他会教导别人怎么样，然后在生命中改变。他的小组都是蛮不错的，成功的。
Well, you know, but the point is that I feel I have a call there, and that's what I want to do. That's my heart's desire. Is I pray that in my life that I can be in a situation where I can help find like-minded people who want to do more.
他也在希望能够寻找到像跟他一样的想法的人，他们也想要去教导别人的人。
Or who want to be disciples.
也想要成为门徒的。
That's the kind of people I want to hang out with.
他希望跟这样的人在一起。
That's who I want to be with. That's who I want to fellowship with.
也希望跟他这样的人有联谊互动。
Because we can help each other.
可以彼此帮忙啊，对不对？
Support each other, right?
可以彼此支持这样。
So, where am I?
对，就是那次碰到他，在很好笑。你知道，这里讲一个题外话，我还走了说，我们后面，因为我们刚好坐国泰嘛，我说，看吧，会碰到 Cindy 哦，但是他看吧不会啊，就果然我们在那个 check in 的时候，倒是没看到他。然后我们去星巴克喝杯咖啡吧，我说还有时间嘛，所以我就在，哇，那不是 Cindy 吗？真的吗？我说真的，他在坐那边跟一个男生呢，我不是。不是 Michael， 不是 ，no， 是他主管啦，主管大家都有意思了，我想，没有啦，这真的太巧，我好开心哦，我觉得哇，那是一个 boost in the spirit， 就真的很爱你们，就是在你看到哪里会想到，就像直接一家人一样，对哈，心电感就让我就好像耶稣给我一个心里想的，他就给我一个愿望实现了，对，而且很好笑，有的时候去找还找不到，上帝就嘣给了你，这样很有趣。
Okay, so back to me, thee, and now, and no other, right?
对，所以不要我们再提到就是只有你，只有我，就没有别人那种
就好了。
对，这种心态。
就好了吗？
是就好了吗？
Okay, no,
就我们这几个人就 OK 了吗？
So therefore, we've been studying and preaching. We've been studying this book and others about growth, how to nurture, and one key is that you have to teach and train leaders.
对，重点就是我们这样子研究很多的书的，它有一个 key， 一个就是关键就是要训练更多的领导人。我们在上一堂有稍微提到。
Okay, now maybe everybody here really feels like I feel the love, I feel family, I feel that. That's maybe because you have been in close touch with us as the pastor team. You've been a lot of contact. You feel that. You're getting that, you know. 对，你们觉得有感到爱啊？你感到觉得。是个家庭一样，因为真的我们在这个牧养的这个阶层，他真的跟你保持亲近，跟你有联络，跟你互动，让你感受到这样子。But the only way that we're going to be able to multiply is that you have to turn around and do that with the next group. 对，但是我们能够成长的，就是看你们了。你们要转过身来，也把这份爱、这份家庭这种归属感能够带给别人哦。Okay, so it's not really. We don't want to do that. We actually have a plan to grow. Okay, we have a plan. We're going to tell it to you in a minute. 对，我们是有一个就是能够成长的一个计划哈。Which is a very good plan, but the point is that we don't do this for our own benefit. Okay. 但是虽然是一个很好的计划，但并不是为了我们自己的利益啊。Because to be honest, it's hard work. 对，其实这工作是蛮大的一个工程的。More people. More people is more problems.
所以人多的话，问题就越多了，对不对
Okay.
像我们小孩子2个，1个还 OK，3个、4个。上次那个我在碰那个朋友，他开餐厅嘛，他一个小孩说，一个小孩的时候，我觉得我是个 perfect mother 啊 ，very good。2个的时候 ，Boy, I'm really not so good. My God， 就放到也不是很好的妈妈。然后3个妈妈 ，I'm terrible， 很好笑，讲的很有趣。
I'm evil, she said.
他会发脾气，然后发飙等等。我真的是这样，人多，但是就是像我们有4个。
The bigger a church gets, the more problems there are, okay?
对呀。
For the pastoral staff, there's more headaches.
对，头痛的事越多了。
More weddings to have to do, more funerals to conduct.
你要主持的婚礼啊，葬礼也更多了，对不对
？More hospital visitations you need to make.
要去医院探访更多。
Yeah.
但谁不舒服啊？去看他们。
There's more stresses, okay?
对，真的压力蛮大的。
So the reason why we want to do this is because the Bible tells us.
对，因为我们要做是圣经告诉我们应该。
This is about God's word, okay? He wants us to do our best to grow.
对。
He wants us to be able to accommodate more others. We want to accommodate more people now than we are now, right?
对，我们希望我们能够容纳更多的人，比我们现在更多的人。
So that we can share this heaven, this love, this family with them, right?
对，我们可以分享这个充满爱的天堂的这种文化。
So we can make a bigger difference, right?
对，使这世界变得更加美好。
That's why you're here.
对，为什么你现在这里
That's why He's given us you. So what are we going to do for the future then? What's the plan?
所以我们未来有什么计划呢
？Like I mentioned, we're not going to raise up a healthy, strong church unless we raise up healthy and strong leaders.
对，除非我们有很坚强、很健康的领导人，否则我们不会有很健康的、坚强的教会了。
But you know, we were finding out, as I kind of mentioned before, leaders. You don't make leaders by only feeding them the word.
对，你不能只是给他话语就能够成长而已。
Apparently, we also need to challenge them.
而且需要挑战他们做更多。
Because through greater commitment, comes greater growth.
对，因为你做出的程度越多的话呢，才会长得更多。
I mean, I was hearing from Susan when she made the commitment. She didn't used to come running in after the song was over at the NFF, right? She said, but now she's there earlier most of the time.
对，以前诗正他一来都是worship 快完了，赶快冲进来。现在 worship 之前就来了，还练习。
Or practices. Well, that goes with all of you. So
对
you're changing.
对，你们在。
Which means it's happening is you're committing.
对，因为你在做下承诺。
Also, the same with Davey, Peter, coming at 9 o'clock or even earlier.
对，有的时候9点半、玉米9点半他们到。
Of course, these are people who can do that. I mean, some people have babies and children. It's hard. I mean, I come later now because Joe needs to come earlier, and I don't come. That doesn't mean I'm not committed. I'm just taking it easy.
越来越早。
But we're doing that for the good of the whole movement, the NFF to run smoother. Okay.
对，我们这么做的原因是希望整个 NFF 更加成长，所以付出成本。
So leaders, right? And commitment, leaders making commitments.
是，做你要做个领导人的话，你要付出的承诺更多，负的责任更大，对不对？才是领导人。
So in this book, he gives a very good recommendation.
这是一个很好的